Did you know that the strongest people in history didn't always shout or fight? They stayed calm, they stayed steady, and they never gave up. That's real power. Today, I want to show you a new way to live, strong, peaceful, and unshakable, even when life feels hard. This isn't magic. It's old wisdom with a fresh twist. Stoic fire, a quiet fire that burns in your heart. Let's talk about how to build that fire. And if you enjoy this, please hit the subscribe button. It helps a lot. Now let's begin. 1. The fire inside you. Have you ever felt like your world is just noise? Phones buzzing, people rushing, news shouting. It's like we're all in a race, but no one knows where the finish line is. Stoics had a secret. They believed the real strength comes from inside you, not outside, not from fame, not from followers, but from how you think, feel, and act every day. Let me tell you a short story. There was once a boy named Tima. People laughed at him because he wasn't loud or flashy. But Tima had something they didn't, a quiet fire inside. He read good books. He helped people. He stayed calm when others yelled. Years later, Tima became a leader, not because he shouted, but because he showed up with steady strength. That's Stoic fire. You can have it too. 2. Change your fuel. Your mind is like a fire. What you feed it grows. If you feed it junk like gossip, fear, or hate, it burns wild and messy. But if you feed it truth, love, and learning, it burns clean and bright. I once used to wake up and check my phone first thing. Drama, bad news, fear. I started my day feeling tired, even before breakfast. Then I made a change. I began my mornings with silence. 1 page of a good book, 1 deep breath, 1 kind thought, and my whole day changed. Your energy follows your inputs. Where are you feeding your fire? Start small. Swap 10 minutes of scrolling for 10 minutes of silence. That's how you change your life, one fuel choice at a time. 3. Strong roots, not shaky branches. Imagine a tree during a storm. Some trees break, but some stand tall. Why? Because their roots go deep. Stoicism teaches us to build strong roots, not in money, not in fame, but in values like courage, kindness, and patience. When you have these, storms won't shake you. Let's say you're trying to get healthy. You'll have days when you want to quit. But if your roots are strong, if you know why you're doing it, you won't fall. Ask yourself, am I doing this for likes or for my future? Strong roots grow when you ask the right questions. 4. Protect your circle. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? I once spent time with people who laughed at my dreams. They said, it's too hard. Just be normal. But when I started talking to people who believed in growth, everything changed. I felt stronger, smarter, happier. Stoics say, stay close to people who make you better. This doesn't mean leaving people behind with hate. It means moving forward with love and inviting others to come with you. Protect your circle. It shapes your future. 5. The fire that doesn't quit. Life is hard sometimes. You try and fail. You lose people. You feel tired. And that's okay. But don't let the fire die. Stoic fire is not about being perfect. It's about staying lit, even when the world gets dark. Think of an old lantern. Its light may be small, but in a dark cave, it's everything. Be that light. You may feel like your steps are small, but they matter. 1 good choice today. 1 deep breath when you want to scream. 1 kind word when you want to walk away. That's strength. That's stoicism. That's your fire. 6. The final twist, 5 minutes. Here's the twist most people miss. Stoic fire doesn't just help you. It helps the people around you. Your kids will learn by watching you. Your friends will feel your calm. Your world gets better because you got better. Your fire becomes their warmth. So don't just build your fire to survive. Build it to shine, to lead, to lift. Your calm energy could be someone else's reason to keep going. Remember, Stoicism isn't about being cold. It's about burning with quiet power. In a loud world, be calm. In a fake world, be real. In a rushed world, be still. Your fire matters. And today is the perfect day to light it. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs this. Hit subscribe so we can grow together. Stay strong and keep your fire alive. 7. Pain is a teacher. No one likes pain. It hurts. Breakups, failing a test, losing a job, feeling alone. But what if I told you, pain isn't here to break you. It's here to teach you. Stoics say, don't run from pain. Learn from it. When a muscle breaks a little, it grows back stronger. When your heart breaks, it can grow too, if you let it. Let me tell you a story. A girl named Alia wanted to be a dancer, but she failed her first audition. She cried. She almost quit, but then she looked in the mirror and said, "This pain is not the end. It's a beginning." She trained harder. She practiced every day. A year later, she danced on the biggest stage in her city. Pain taught her patience, strength, focus. You don't have to love pain, but you can listen to it. It speaks the truth. 8. Don't be a slave to feelings. Have you ever felt super happy and then super sad? All in the same day? Feelings are like weather. They change. Sometimes sunny, sometimes rainy. But Stoics say you are not the weather. You are the sky. Your feelings pass through, but you stay. This means you don't always have to obey your feelings. You don't have to yell just because you're mad. You don't have to give up just because you're tired. Imagine you're on a boat. A big wave comes. Do you jump off the boat? No. You hold the wheel. That's what you do with feelings. You stay steady. You feel it, but you don't sink. You're the captain. Always. 9. Focus only on what you can control. So many things are out of your hands. The weather, what other people think, what already happened yesterday. But Stoics say, focus only on what you can control. You can't control the storm, but you can control your sail. That's your thoughts, your words, your choices. Let's say your boss yells at you unfairly. You can't control their words, but you can control your response. Do you yell back? Or do you stay calm, breathe, and act with wisdom? This is true power. Not controlling others, but mastering yourself. Write this down. My power lives in my choices. That one sentence can change your whole life. 10. You already have enough. We live in a world that always says, more, more, more. More likes, more money, more stuff. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. It says, you already have enough. Not nothing, just enough. Let me explain. If you're breathing, you're rich. If you have food today, you're blessed. If you have someone who cares, you're lucky. Gratitude is the gold Stoics talk about. There's a man named Marcus who wore old shoes, ate simple food, and ruled an empire. He smiled because he had a clear mind and a peaceful heart. Do you know what peace is? Peace is not having everything. Peace is needing less. Try this. Look around right now and say, this is enough. And feel how light your heart becomes. 11. The power of small steps. Some people want to change everything overnight. New job, new body, new life. But Stoics smile and say, small steps change big lives. Want to be stronger? Start with 10 push-ups today. Want to read more? Read 1 page tonight. Want to be kinder? Say 1 kind word before bed. Tiny steps are easy to ignore, but they are magic, like drops of water filling a jar. One day you look back and think, wow, I climbed a mountain just by walking a little every day. Don't wait for perfect. Don't wait for motivation. Start small. Start now. 12. Live like you'll die. This one is deep, but important. Stoics say, remember you will die, not to scare you, but to wake you up. Life is short, and that's what makes it beautiful. You don't have forever to say, I love you, to start that book, to build that dream, to forgive. So why wait? Death is not the enemy. Wasting life is. One Stoic, Epictetus, said, don't live as if you have 10,000 years. Today is your gift. Use it. Say the kind words. Take the risk. Hug your people. Smile at the sun. This is your moment. Make it count. 13, the obstacle is the way. Sometimes life blocks your path. You want to go forward, but boom, a wall shows up. You lose your job. You get rejected. You fail. And you think, why now? Why me? But the Stoics say something powerful. The obstacle is the way. What blocks your path becomes your path. Let me tell you a quick story. There was a boy named Eli who stuttered when he spoke. People laughed at him. He hated speaking. But instead of running from it, he faced it. Every day, he practiced speaking alone. He read books out loud. He recorded his voice. Now, he's a speaker. People pay to hear him talk. Why? Because the thing that once blocked him became his gift. Don't curse your obstacles. Use them. Push them. Climb them. That's the way. 14. Silence is strength. In today's world, everyone talks. They post. They shout. They argue. But Stoics smile and say, be silent. Not because you're weak, but because silence is strong. When someone insults you, you don't need to fight back. When others brag, you don't have to join in. Silence shows control. Let me explain. A lion doesn't need to roar every minute. It just walks, and the jungle listens. You too can walk with that kind of quiet power. Not everything needs your reaction. Not every fight needs your sword. Sometimes just breathe, hold your words, and let your calm be louder than noise. 15. You are not your past. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've hurt someone. Maybe you failed. But guess what? You are not your past. Stoics say, only the present is real. You can't touch yesterday. You can't change what already happened. But you can choose now. Right now. You're not who you were last year or last week. You're who you decide to be today. Let me ask you, if you dropped a plate, would you keep smashing it? No. You clean it up. Same with your life. Forgive yourself. Learn the lesson. Then step forward. Your past is a teacher, but it's not your prison. Walk free. 16. Let go of control. Control feels good. We want everything to go our way. But life doesn't work like that. The Stoics say, you don't control life. You control how you respond. You can't stop the rain, but you can carry an umbrella. You can't stop people from judging you, but you can stay kind anyway. Think of a tree in the wind. It doesn't fight the wind. It bends. And because it bends, it doesn't break. You too can bend. Let go of needing to control everything. Let go of always being right. Let go of forcing people to understand you. Just do your best and let life flow. You'll feel lighter, stronger, and finally, free. 17. Live with purpose. What's your reason? Why do you wake up? Why do you keep going? Stoics believe in purpose, a reason to live well, not just to exist, but to matter. Your purpose doesn't have to be huge. You don't need to be famous. You just need a fire inside. Maybe it's helping others. Maybe it's learning. Maybe it's being a kind parent or friend. Whatever it is, hold it close. When life gets hard, purpose will carry you. It's the anchor when the waves hit. It's the light when the night gets dark. So ask yourself, what do I want my life to mean? Then take one step toward that today. Even a small step. That's how great lives are built. 18. Leave a legacy. One day, we will all be gone. Sad, yes, but also beautiful, because it means today matters. The Stoics ask, when you're gone, what will people remember? Will they remember your kindness, your strength, your courage? You don't need to be rich to leave a legacy. You just need to live with heart. Say kind words. Help someone in need. Keep your promises. Work hard. Be honest. That's how legends are made. Not with loud noise, but with quiet honor. So live in a way that even after you're gone, your light stays on. In stories, in smiles, in lives you've touched. That's legacy. 19. Love what you have. We often look at what we don't have. A better phone, a bigger house, a different life. But the Stoics remind us, love what you have before it's gone. Look around you. That friend who checks on you, that meal you just had, that breath you're taking. These are not small things. These are gifts. Imagine waking up tomorrow with only what you thank for today. Would you still have your smile, your health, your family? Gratitude turns enough into more than enough. So pause, look, feel, and say, thank you, because what you have now is what someone else is praying for. 20. Do the hard thing. The easy way feels good at first, but the hard way builds you. The Stoics say, choose the harder path. It's the one that shapes you. It's easier to quit, easier to complain, easier to blame. But strength doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in fire. Wake up early when you don't want to. Work when you feel tired. Speak the truth even when it's scary. These are small battles, but they shape a strong soul. Remember, a sword is not sharp by accident. It's hit. It's burned. It's tested. You are the same. Do the hard thing. It's how you become unbreakable. 21. Detach from praise and blame. People will talk. They'll love you one day, then forget you the next. If you chase their praise, you'll become their puppet. If you fear their blame, you'll hide your truth. The Stoics say, stand tall, no matter the noise. Think of the sun. It shines whether you clap or not. Be like that. Do good, not to be seen, but because it's right. Speak the truth, not to be liked, but because it matters. Your value is not in likes or applause. It's in who you are when no one's watching. So walk your path. Quiet, focused, free. 22. Death is a reminder. This sounds dark, but stay with me. You will die. So will I. We all will. But the Stoics saw death not with fear, but as a wake-up call. They said, let death guide your life. Because once you remember that time is short, everything changes. You stop wasting days. You stop holding grudges. You hug longer. You speak truth faster. You love deeper. Death isn't the end. It's the reminder to start living fully now. So don't sleepwalk through life. Look at the sky. Call that friend. Say what you feel. And do it all before the clock runs out. 23. The power of the present. Right now is all you have. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Just this moment. The Stoics teach, if you master the present, you master life. But what do? We worry about the past. We fear the future. And we miss now. Right now, you're breathing. Right now, your heart is beating. Right now, you're alive. Isn't that a miracle? Slow down. Put your phone away. Feel the wind. Hear the birds. Smile at a stranger. This is life. Not later. Not someday. Now. So live here, because this moment is the doorway to peace. 24. You are the author. Your life is a book. Every day is a page. Every choice is a sentence. You can't change the chapters behind you, but you can write what comes next. The Stoics say, you're not just a reader. You are the author. So what story will you write? Will it be one of strength, of growth, of courage? Or will you copy someone else's story and call it your own? No, this is your life. Your pen, your page. Write boldly. Make it meaningful. Make it honest. And if you don't like how your story starts, change the ending, because you still can, and that's the power. 19. Love what you have. We often look at what we don't have. A better phone, a bigger house, a different life. But the Stoics remind us, love what you have before it's gone. Look around you. That friend who checks on you, that meal you just had, that breath you're taking. These are not small things. These are gifts. Imagine waking up tomorrow with only what you thank for today. Would you still have your smile, your health, your family? Gratitude turns enough into more than enough. So pause, look, feel, and say, thank you, because what you have now is what someone else is praying for. 20. Do the hard thing. The easy way feels good at first, but the hard way builds you. The Stoics say, choose the harder path. It's the one that shapes you. It's easier to quit, easier to complain, easier to blame. But strength doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in fire. Wake up early when you don't want to. Work when you feel tired. Speak the truth even when it's scary. These are small battles, but they shape a strong soul. Remember, a sword is not sharp by accident. It's hit, it's burned, it's tested. You are the same. Do the hard thing. It's how you become unbreakable. 21. Detach from praise and blame. People will talk. They'll love you one day, then forget you the next. If you chase their praise, you'll become their puppet. If you fear their blame, you'll hide your truth. The Stoics say, stand tall, no matter the noise. Think of the sun. It shines whether you clap or not. Be like that. Do good, not to be seen, but because it's right. Speak the truth, not to be liked, but because it matters. Your value is not in likes or applause. It's in who you are when no one's watching. So walk your path. Quiet, focused, free. 22. Death is a reminder. This sounds dark, but stay with me. You will die. So will I. We all will. But the Stoics saw death not with fear, but as a wake-up call. They said, let death guide your life. Because once you remember that time is short, everything changes. You stop wasting days. You stop holding grudges. You hug longer. You speak truth faster. You love deeper. Death isn't the end. It's the reminder to start living fully now. So don't sleepwalk through life. Look at the sky. Call that friend. Say what you feel. And do it all before the clock runs out. 23. The power of the present. Right now is all you have. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Just this moment. The Stoics teach, if you master the present, you master life. But what do? We worry about the past. We fear the future. And we miss now. Right now, you're breathing. Right now, your heart is beating. Right now, you're alive. Isn't that a miracle? Slow down. Put your phone away. Feel the wind. Hear the birds. Smile at a stranger. This is life. Not later. Not someday. Now. So live here, because this moment is the doorway to peace. 24. You are the author. Your life is a book. Every day is a page. Every choice is a sentence. You can't change the chapters behind you, but you can write what comes next. The Stoics say, you're not just a reader. You are the author. So what story will you write? Will it be one of strength, of growth, of courage? Or will you copy someone else's story and call it your own? No, this is your life, your pen, your page. Write boldly, make it meaningful, make it honest. And if you don't like how your story starts, change the ending, because you still can, and that's the power. 25, you can start again. Messed up? Good. That means you're human. But the Stoics remind us, the best time to change is now. Not tomorrow, not when it's perfect. Now. You can start again, right here, right where you stand. Made mistakes? Use them. Fell down? Get up stronger. Lost your way? Make a new map. There is no failure, only feedback. Even the worst days can plant the seed of your best days. So stop beating yourself up. Forgive yourself. Learn, grow, and begin again. Because every sunrise is a fresh page. 26. You are not your thoughts. Your mind can be loud. It tells you lies. You're not enough. You'll never change. But the Stoics say, you are not your thoughts. You are the watcher of your thoughts. Think of clouds in the sky. They come and go. Your thoughts are like that, just passing by. You don't have to believe every single one. You can pause. You can breathe. You can choose which thought to feed. When your mind says you can't, you can whisper back, watch me. When your thoughts go dark, light a candle inside. You are deeper than your thoughts, wiser than your fear, and stronger than your doubt. 27. Take the next step. Life can feel like a mountain. So high, so far. But the Stoics remind us, you don't climb a mountain in one leap. You take the next step. Not the final step. Not all the steps. Just the next one. Want to change your life? Drink water instead of soda. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Say no to one bad habit. Say yes to one good one. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be forward. Even small steps move you closer. One page becomes a book. One push-up becomes strength. One kind word becomes a habit. So don't wait. Take the next step, and then another, and then another. That's how change is built. 28. The world is your teacher. Every moment has a lesson. Every person is your teacher. The Stoics believed life itself is a classroom. Someone cuts you off, learn patience. You get rejected, learn resilience. Someone lies to you, learn honesty. Hard times, learn strength. Good times, learn gratitude. Every high and low has wisdom in it. So ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? Be the student. Be open. Grow from everything. Because the world is always teaching. You just have to listen. 29. Make peace with the past. The past can feel heavy, but you don't have to carry it. The Stoics said, don't drag yesterday into today. Did someone hurt you? Let it go. Did you fail? Learn and release it. Did you lose someone? Grieve, remember, and keep living. The past is not a prison. It's a teacher. But don't stay in the lesson forever. Let your past build you, not break you. You are not who you were. You are who you choose to become. So close the old chapter with love and open the next with hope, because peace begins where the past ends. 30. Become fire. Life throws storms. Pain, loss, fear. But the Stoics didn't run. They burned brighter. They said, what stands in the way becomes a way. Be like fire. When pain comes, use it as fuel. When fear comes, use it as firewood. When failure comes, light it up and rise again. You don't break. You blaze. Every challenge makes you burn stronger. Every setback feeds your inner flame. So when life gets hard, don't dim. Shine brighter. Turn pain into purpose. Struggle into strength. Be the fire and light the way for others. 31. Focus on what you control. In life, there's always chaos. The world spins in 1,000 directions. But the Stoics remind us, focus only on what you control. You can't control what others do. You can't control the weather. You can't control the past. But you can control how you respond. You can control your actions, your thoughts, and your attitude. The outside world may be noisy, but inside, you have the power of silence. And in that silence, you can find clarity. When life feels overwhelming, ask yourself, what can I control right now? It's never about the storm. It's always about how you stand in it. So take a deep breath and focus on your power. Everything else? Let it go. 32. Embrace simplicity. We live in a world full of distractions. Everywhere you look, there's noise. But the Stoics knew simplicity is the key to true freedom. The simpler your life, the more room for peace. The less you need, the more you have. Too much clutter? Declutter. Too many choices? Focus on the essentials. It's easy to chase after things, but what do you really need? To be content, you don't need more. You need less. Less distractions, less clutter, less stress. Imagine waking up and your life is clear. Your goals are simple. Your purpose is strong. You're not burdened by unnecessary things or worries. That's the power of simplicity. It frees your mind, frees your spirit, and lets you focus on what matters most. 33. Strength is in your choices. Your life is built on choices. Every single one. The Stoics believed, we are what we choose to become. Every choice you make shapes your character. The choice to get up early. The choice to speak kindly. The choice to push through challenges. The choice to forgive. You are the sum of all the choices you make. Even when life gets tough, you still have the power to choose how you react. You can choose to stay positive or stay stuck in negativity. You can choose to learn or stay in ignorance. You can choose to grow or stay where you are. This is where your strength lies, in the power of your choices. When faced with difficulty, remember, you choose how to respond. The stronger your choices, the stronger your life becomes. 34. Let go of what you don't need. Life is like a backpack. The more you carry, the heavier it gets. The Stoics teach us, let go of what you don't need. Do you really need all the things you're holding on to? Emotions? Past hurts? Old grudges? The weight of unnecessary stuff? Sometimes it's not about gaining more. It's about shedding the weight that holds you back. Let go of what weighs you down. It could be negative thoughts, toxic relationships, or things that don't align with your goals. As you let go, you'll feel lighter, free, and once you drop the baggage, you'll realize you've been carrying it for far too long. It's time to lighten the load so you can run faster, climb higher, and live with more freedom. 35. Gratitude is the key to peace. We often take for granted the things we have. The Stoics believe gratitude is the key to peace. When you focus on what you don't have, you'll always feel empty. But when you focus on what you do have, you'll find abundance. Gratitude changes your perspective. It turns ordinary moments into extraordinary blessings. Even in hard times, there is something to be grateful for. Grateful for your health, your friends, the lessons learned. Grateful for the challenges that made you stronger. The simple act of gratitude shifts your focus. It pulls you out of negativity and into peace. Today, start by counting your blessings. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. And watch how the world changes when you choose gratitude. 36. Your journey is unique. We often compare ourselves to others. But the Stoics remind us, your journey is unique. No one has the same path as you. Your story is your own. Don't get caught up in other people's timelines or successes. Their pace is not your pace. Their journey is not your journey. Focus on your own growth. Honor your path wherever it leads. The key is to stay true to your mission, your values, your dreams. Comparison only steals your peace. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Every step you take, every challenge you face, is part of your unique journey. So trust your path and walk it with courage and conviction. 37. Resilience in adversity. Adversity is part of life. It will come. The Stoics knew that resilience is the secret to overcoming challenges. They said, what happens to you is not as important as how you respond to it. Every challenge you face is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to grow stronger, to build resilience. When life knocks you down, don't stay down. Get up. When a door closes, don't stare at the door. Look for a window. The key is not avoiding hardship, but embracing it as a tool for growth. Think about the oak tree. It grows strong because the wind pushes against it. The same way, you grow strong because life challenges you. You may feel broken at times, but brokenness can lead to breakthroughs. The adversity you face is not the end. It's the beginning of your transformation. 38. The power of reflection. In today's world, we rush through life, but the Stoics valued reflection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, wrote, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Reflection allows you to check your progress, adjust your path, and grow wiser. It's about taking time to think, to ask, what have I learned today? It's easy to get lost in the hustle, but taking time to reflect gives you clarity. I remember a time when I was overwhelmed by my daily tasks. Everything seemed chaotic, but I started taking just 5 minutes at the end of each day to reflect. What went well today? What could I improve tomorrow? This practice didn't change my life overnight, but it did give me control. It helped me grow one step at a time. Take time to reflect each day. You'll be amazed at how it clarifies your journey. 39. The courage to be yourself. Too often, we hide parts of ourselves to fit in, but the Stoics teach us, true courage is being yourself, no matter the consequences. It takes courage to stand firm in who you are, to speak your truth, to live authentically, and to let go of the need for approval from others. I've seen this firsthand. When I stopped pretending to be someone I wasn't, my life changed. It was scary at first. People didn't always understand, but I found peace in being true to myself. And when you are true to yourself, you unlock your greatest potential. The world doesn't need more copies of others. The world needs you. So be courageous. Stand firm in your uniqueness and watch how your world transforms. 40. Patience is strength. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want results fast, and we often forget that true success takes time. The Stoics taught us that patience is not passive. It's a form of strength. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is the one who never learns patience." Patience is the ability to endure without giving up. It's the art of trusting the process, even when it feels slow. When I first started pursuing my goals, I wanted everything to happen immediately, but I soon realized that great things take time. Building anything worthwhile, whether a business, a career, or a relationship, requires patience. Patience teaches you to trust yourself and the process. When things don't happen as fast as you like, remember that every step forward is still progress. The journey may be slow, but it's the only way to create something lasting. 41. Control your mind, control your life. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. But just like any tool, it needs to be sharpened. The Stoics believed, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. If you think you can't, you won't. If you think you can, you will. Your mind controls your reality. It's a lens through which you see everything. Think about the most successful people in the world. They believe in their ability to succeed. This is not magic. It's mindset. Take control of your mind. When negative thoughts come, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or holding me back? Train your mind to focus on solutions, not problems. On growth, not stagnation. If you want to change your life, change your thoughts. 42. Live with purpose. What is your purpose? Why do you wake up every day? The Stoics teach us to live with intentionality. They say, a life without purpose is like a ship without a rudder. When you have a clear purpose, life becomes meaningful. But finding your purpose takes time, and it requires you to look inward. For me, it was a long journey of trial and error. But once I understood my purpose, everything shifted. No longer did I feel lost or uncertain. I knew why I was doing what I was doing. Now, I wake up with clarity, knowing that my actions are aligned with my purpose. Take a moment to ask yourself, what is my purpose? When you find it, commit to it with all your heart. Live each day as if it matters, because it does. These chapters provide a motivational, Stoic-inspired guide for overcoming life's obstacles and living with purpose. Let me know if you need further expansions or changes. 43. The power of acceptance. In life, things often don't go the way we expect. The Stoics taught us that we can't control everything, but we can control how we respond. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. It's not about giving up, but about understanding that some things are beyond our control. When I faced setbacks in my journey, I wanted to fight against them. I resisted change, hoping everything would go back to how it was. But once I embraced acceptance, everything shifted. I learned that what I couldn't control wasn't worth my energy. It doesn't mean I stopped trying. It means I stopped wasting energy on things I couldn't change. When you accept life as it comes, you free yourself from frustration and disappointment. Learn to accept things as they are and find peace in the present moment. 44. Overcoming fear. Fear is a powerful emotion, but it doesn't have to control your life. The Stoics believe that fear is often based on illusions. It's about imagining worst-case scenarios that may never happen. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Winston Churchill. The more I faced my fears, the more I realized they weren't as powerful as I thought. I once feared public speaking. The thought of standing in front of an audience made my heart race. But I decided to confront that fear. Little by little, I pushed myself to speak in front of small groups, then larger ones. With each experience, my fear became smaller and my courage grew. Fear loses its power when you face it. The next time fear tries to control you, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And then go after what you want anyway. 45. The importance of daily habits. Habits shape our lives more than we realize. The Stoics emphasize the importance of discipline and routine. Every small action compounds over time. The secret of happiness is not found in seeking more, but in developing capacity to enjoy less. Socrates. I used to think that big success would come from a few grand gestures, but I learned that it's the little habits that build a life of success. Every day is an opportunity to build good habits. Whether it's waking up early, exercising, reading, or practicing gratitude, these small actions shape who you are. For example, I started meditating for 5 minutes each day. At first, it felt insignificant, but over time, it helped me stay grounded, calm, and focused. Your daily habits determine your future. Make each day count. 46. Gratitude and contentment. Gratitude is a powerful tool for finding happiness in any circumstance. The Stoics believe that by appreciating what we have, we can free ourselves from endless desire. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things he does not have, but rejoices for those which he has. Epictetus. I've realized that contentment is not about having everything. It's about being grateful for what you already have. I used to always look at what I lacked. I focused on what I didn't have, what I wanted to achieve. But when I started practicing gratitude, everything changed. I began to see how much I already had. The people, the opportunities, the lessons, all of these were things to be thankful for. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It helps you enjoy the present and stop chasing the next thing. Start a daily gratitude practice and watch your life transform. 47. Self-discipline and willpower. Self-discipline is a foundation of success. The Stoics believe that mastery of self is the key to living a virtuous life. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. It's easy to give in to temptation, to indulge in short-term pleasure. But real fulfillment comes from exercising self-control. I've struggled with this. 2. There were times when I want to quit, to take the easy way out. But I learned that every time I pushed through discomfort, I built my willpower. Self-discipline doesn't mean denying yourself joy. It means choosing what's truly valuable in the long run. For example, when I was working toward a major goal, I had to say no to distractions and focus on what mattered. It wasn't easy, but each time I chose to stay disciplined, I moved closer to my goal. You don't need willpower all the time, just enough to push through the tough moments. The more you practice self-discipline, the stronger it becomes. 48. Letting go of perfection. Perfectionism is a trap. It paralyzes you, stopping you from moving forward because you're afraid of making mistakes. The Stoics believed that aiming for excellence was important, but perfection was unattainable. Perfection is not when there is no more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I used to think that everything had to be perfect. Every decision had to be flawless. But I realized that perfection is an illusion. The key is to do your best, and then let go of the need to control every outcome. I started allowing myself to make mistakes, to take imperfect actions, and to learn from them. Mistakes are lessons in disguise. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of not trying at all. 49. The art of saying no. Saying yes to everything spreads you too thin. The Stoics valued focus. They knew that in order to live a meaningful life, you must guard your time and energy. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Epictetus. I learned this lesson the hard way. I said yes to every opportunity, every invitation, and every request, and it drained me. It wasn't until I learned to say no that I started reclaiming my time and energy. Now, I say no to things that don't align with my purpose, my values, or my goals. Saying no isn't selfish. It's essential for living a focused and intentional life. Remember, every time you say no to something, you're saying yes to something better. 50. Embrace your journey. Life is a journey, not a destination. The Stoics believed in the process of living with purpose and embracing every step of the journey. The journey is a reward. Chinese proverb. At the start of any journey, we're filled with excitement. But over time, we often focus too much on the goal, forgetting the value of the journey itself. I've come to realize that every moment on the path is valuable. Every challenge, every success, and every failure is part of your growth. Embrace where you are right now. Appreciate the lessons you're learning, even if they're difficult. You are becoming who you are meant to be, and the journey is just as important as the destination. So enjoy the ride, trust the process, and remember that life is about the moments we live, not just the goals we achieve.